without further ado, Thomas and PK, take it away on the DPPC update.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thomas, will you do the update?
Yes. Yeah, thank you, PK. Hello, this is Thomas Rivera. So a quick update on the Data Protection and Privacy Committee. Both PK and myself are the co-chairs, and our charter is listed here. Some of the completed work that we've done in 2021 are listed here. We helped Security Twig with the industry advisory on data sanitization. That was actually work being done actually in IEEE, but we did some work on that particular standard. Also did some what is pages on specific items of data privacy and ransomware. So did some contributions for that, and then did a couple of webcasts, and we did a few blogs, and those are posted for all to see under the SNIA.org website. Did some presentations at last year's SDC. Continue to work on preparing for some more this year as well. Started working with the IAPP, that stands for the International Association of Privacy Professionals, and we just came to an agreement and started some work with them towards the end of last year. And that's specific in the privacy area. So that's sort of exciting work that we'll be collaborating on. We've already done some cross collaboration in terms of speaking engagements. In fact, a few of the actual members of IAPP spoke at our SDC last year. And then also gave some feedback on a couple of ISO standards that are being worked on, which were already mentioned as part of Eric's Security Twig update, and a few other documents as well from either ISO or IEEE, respectively. Next slide, please. So some of the work items are really on the goals of being strategic, educational, collaborative. We have a whole bunch of things working with some other groups, probably most heavily with the Security Twig for probably obvious reasons. There's a lot of cross-pollination on some of the work items that we happen to collaborate on, and also we'll be continuing to do the collaboration with the International Association of Privacy Professionals, which we just started last year, the IAPP. Next slide. Thank you. And these are a list of the active members that join our weekly call. There's probably over 130 subscribers to our list, but these are the most active members that we see showing up at the calls on a weekly basis. Next slide, please. And then expected industry impact of the work. So, the obvious ones are, we work or help with standards work, do some work in the areas of analyzing some of the legislation that either currently exists or being developed from a privacy perspective, and also some of the best practices on a bunch of different topics in the realm of data protection and privacy issues. The obvious industry segment relevance is things like the storage security standard, which is, as Eric mentioned in the Security Twig update a while ago, earlier this morning. The most obvious one would be the ISO 27040, which is currently in revision. So we're assisting with some of the edits to that. And then also the data sanitization standard, which is currently being wrapped up in IEEE, but we're provided some collaboration work on that as well. And then looking at how important it is from a data privacy perspective, realizing that it's impacting a lot of what companies and all kinds of organizations are dealing with from a privacy regulation standpoint. That's some of the relevance to why we do what we do, which is in the world of data privacy. So obviously, a call to action for those that are interested in joining, and why you would is what's listed here: data privacy legislation. We do a lot of work in that area. The cybersecurity as it relates to storage, a lot of activity happening. We did some recent work in fact, this was one of our recent presentations that we did for SDC, was a talk on ransomware and some of the data protection strategies to combat that issue. Who to contact is listed here, myself and PK as the co-chairs, and then we have a facilitator Paul Talbot, working for us as well. So thanks for the update. I think that's all I had for today.
Thanks, Thomas. Just wanted to add that this is one of the fastest growing area we see, data protection and privacy. And our second on SNIA website, data privacy and ransomware is the second most visited page. And if some of you saw, some predictions just came last week that the data protection market in next 10 years from 22 to 2032 is going to grow at a 31% CAGR from $2 billion market to $18 billion market. So very exciting area to work in.
Indeed. Thank you, PK and Thomas. I think for all of us that are involved in storage, data protection is at the core and fundamental principles of storage technologies. Of course, taking that to the next step and beyond, and looking at data privacy are critical aspects of our future as an industry, and encourage all those that have a passion for this, both personally and seeking within your companies, the groups and individuals that have official and formal responsibilities in data protection and privacy, as well as legislative impact and regulatory impact on products and services your companies develop and sell. Please consider joining this group.